Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi! Excuse me! I'm working on a research paper for my sociology class, and I'm having trouble finding enough sources. Could you help me out?
I'd be happy to help. What's your research topic?
I'm looking into the impact of social media on interpersonal relationships among young adults.
That's an interesting topic. Have you already checked our online databases?
Yes, but I'm struggling to find recent studies or articles that focus specifically on how social media affects face-to-face interactions.
All right, let's start by narrowing down your search. Have you tried using keywords like social media, interpersonal relationships, and young adults together? Sometimes combining terms can help refine your results.
I did try those keywords, but I'll give it another shot. Do you have any specific databases you recommend?
For sociology, I suggest starting with JSTOR and ProQuest Sociology. They have a wide range of journals and articles that might have what you're looking for.
Okay, I'll try those. Should I also check out any specific journals or authors?
Look for journals like Social Media Plus Society or articles by scholars like Dana Boyd or Sherry Tuckle. They've done some significant research in this area.
Great! Thanks for the tips. I'll get started on that right away.
Which databases did the librarian recommend for finding sociology articles? What did the librarian say about combining search terms? Which aspect of social media's impact is the student particularly interested in?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
I found found a few articles that seem relevant, but I'm not sure if they're credible enough for my paper. How can I tell if a source is reliable?
Good question. When evaluating sources, look at the author's credentials, the publication's reputation, and whether the information is supported by evidence and citations. Peer-reviewed articles are usually a safe bet.
Got it! Some of these articles are pretty dense. Any advice on how to efficiently read through them?
Skim through the abstract, introduction, and conclusion first to get an overview. Then focus on sections that directly relate to your topic. Take notes as you read to keep track of key points and ideas.
That makes sense. I'll try that approach. Oh, one more thing. How do I cite these sources properly in my paper?
Depending on your citation style, APA, MLA, etc., there are specific formats for citing books, articles, and online sources. Our library website has guide examples for each style that you can refer to.
Perfect! I'll check that out. Thank you so much for your help!
According to the librarian, what type of articles are usually considered reliable? Why might the student find some of the articles to be dense? What does the student need to consider when citing sources in their paper?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
I've gathered a good amount of information now, but I'm struggling to organize my thoughts. Any tips on structuring my paper?
Start with an outline. Divide your paper into sections like introduction, literature review, methodology, if applicable, results, discussion, and conclusion. Each section should flow logically from one to the next.
Okay, I'll outline it like that. Should I focus more on summarizing what I found or analyzing the information?
A good balance of both is ideal. Summarize key findings and then analyze them in relation to your research question. Make sure to draw connections between different sources and provide your own insights.
That sounds challenging but interesting. I'll give it my best shot. Do you mind if I come back if I have more questions as I write?
Not at all. Feel free to visit anytime. We're here to support you throughout your research process.
Thank you so much for all your help. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good luck with your paper. I'm sure it will turn out great.
Which section did the librarian NOT mention as part of the paper structure? How does the student feel about the task after hearing the librarian's advice?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
So, have you thought more about where we should go for our family vacation this year?
Yeah, I've been looking into a few options. How about the beach? The kids loved it last time.
That could be nice. Somewhere warm and relaxing. Any specific place in mind?
I was thinking maybe Florida again. We could do Orlando for the theme parks, or find a quieter spot on the Gulf Coast.
Orlando sounds fun. The kids would love Disney World. But do you think it'll be too crowded?
Good point. Maybe we should consider a less thirsty beach destination. How about the Outer Banks in North Carolina?
That could work. It's supposed to be beautiful there. And we could rent a beach house so we have more space.
Exactly. Plus, there are lots of outdoor activities we could do together.
Sounds perfect. When were you thinking?
I was looking at the first 2 weeks of August. It fits with the kids' summer break.
Works for me. We should book soon though, so we can get a good place.
Agreed. I'll start looking at rentals today.
Awesome. Oh, and should we bring Max, their dog, along?
I'm not sure how pet-friendly the rentals are there. I'll check on that too.
Thanks. I know the kids would be disappointed if Max couldn't come.
No problem. I'll make sure to find a place that allows pets.
Great. I can't wait. It'll be so nice to get away for a bit.
Definitely. We could all use a break.
What activities should we plan while we're there? Maybe a day trip to see the wild horses?
That sounds amazing. And we could do some fishing too.
Perfect. And maybe we can find a local seafood place for a nice dinner out.
Absolutely. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Me too. It's going to be a great vacation.
The best part will be seeing the kids having such a good time.
Definitely. They'll make some great memories.
All right. I'll start looking at rentals and activities today.
And I'll start making a packing list. Oh, and we'll need to figure out the drive there too.
Right. I'll check the best route and plan for stops along the way.
Perfect. I think
We sure do. It's going to be an awesome trip.
I can't wait.
What concern did Alice have about going to Orlando? What type of accommodation did Alice think would be good in the Outer Banks? When were they thinking of going on vacation? For a great meal, Alice suggested what kind of restaurant? What part of the vacation does Bob look forward to the most?
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi there. I'm interested in adopting a pet. Could you help me with the process?
Absolutely. We'd be happy to help. Do you have any particular type of pet in mind?
I'm leaning towards adopting a dog. I've always loved dogs and think they would be a great addition to my family.
That's wonderful. We have a variety of dogs here, ranging in age, size, and breed. Do you have any specific preferences or requirements?
I live in an apartment, so I think a smaller breed would be best. I'm also quite active, so a dog that enjoys regular walks and playtime would be ideal.
Got it. We have a few small to medium-sized dogs that might be a perfect fit for you. Let's start with a little paperwork. We'll need to get some basic information from you first. Can I have your name and contact details?
Sure, my name is Lisa Anderson and my phone number is 555-1234.
Great, thank you. Now, have you had pets before?
Yes, I grew up with dogs, and I also had a cat during college. I haven't had any pets in the last few years, though.
It's good to hear you have experience with pets. Since you live in an apartment, do you have permission from your landlord to have a pet?
Yes, I checked with my landlord beforehand, and pets are allowed in my building.
Excellent. Are there any other animals or children in your household?
No, it's just me.
Okay, that simplifies things a bit. Do you have any specific breed, or are you open to meeting different dogs?
I'm open to meeting different dogs. I think it's important to find one with the right personality fit.
I completely agree. Let me show you a few dogs that might be a good match for you. Follow me. This is Bella. She's a 2-year-old terrier mix. She's very friendly, loves to play, and would do well in an apartment setting.
She's adorable. Does she get along well with other dogs?
Yes, Bella is very social and gets along with both dogs and people. She would thrive in an active household.
She sounds perfect. Can I spend some time with her to see how we get along?
Of course. We have a play area where you can interact with her. I'll take you there.
Bella is amazing. She's so playful and affectionate. I think we could be a great match.
It looks like you two are hitting it off. If you're sure about Bella, we can start the adoption process. There's an adoption fee of $150, which covers her vaccinations, microchip, and spaying.
That sounds reasonable. I'm ready to proceed with the adoption.
Great. I'll get the necessary paperwork. You'll need to sign an adoption agreement, and we'll provide you with Bella's medical records. We also offer a complimentary vet visit within the first month.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to bring Bella home.
We're glad to see Bella going to a loving home. If you have any questions or need support, feel free to contact us anytime. Congratulations on your new furry friend.
Thank you. I'm so excited to start this new chapter with Bella.
What does Emma ask Lisa for first during the adoption process? Has Lisa had pets before? Who else lives in Lisa's household? Is Lisa open to meeting different dog breeds? What does the adoption fee cover? What additional service is offered within the first month after adoption?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
In a groundbreaking move announced today, government officials unveiled a bold new environmental policy aimed at combating climate change by significantly reducing carbon emissions across all sectors. The policy, termed the Carbon Reduction Initiative, marks a pivotal moment in global efforts to mitigate the adverse effects of greenhouse gases on the environment. Under the initiative, strict emissions targets will be set for industries ranging from manufacturing to transportation, with the goal of achieving a 50% reduction in national carbon emissions by 2030. This ambitious target is part of a broader strategy to net zero emissions by 2050, aligning with international agreements and scientific recommendations to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Key components of the policy include incentivizing renewable energy adoption, imposing carbon pricing mechanisms to discourage fossil fuel use, and promoting energy-efficient technologies across all sectors. Government subsidies and grants will support businesses and households in transitioning to cleaner energy sources and implementing sustainable practices. Public reaction to the announcement has been mixed, reflecting both optimism about the potential environmental benefits and concerns over the economic implications of such sweeping changes. Proponents argue that investing in green technologies and reducing reliance on fossil fuels will create new jobs and spur innovation in clean energy. Critics, however, fear job losses in traditional industries and potential cost burdens on consumers. Environmental advocates have praised the policy as a crucial step towards safeguarding the planet for future generations, emphasizing the urgent need for decisive action to combat climate change. Scientists warn that failure to curb carbon emissions could lead to irreversible damage to ecosystems and exacerbate extreme weather events worldwide. As the policy begins to take effect, stakeholders from government, industry, and civil society will play pivotal roles in shaping its implementation and ensuring accountability. The success of the Carbon Reduction Initiative hinges on collaborative efforts and sustained commitment to achieving a sustainable and resilient future for all.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
So what's the plan for this weekend, guys?
I heard there's a new hiking trail that opened up near the lake. It's supposed to be amazing.
Hiking sounds great. We could use some fresh air after being cooped up all week.
Count me in. I've been itching to get out and do something active.
Yeah, hiking sounds good. What day are we thinking?
How about Saturday morning? We could start early and have the rest of the day to relax.
Saturday works for me. What about you, Mark?
Saturday morning sounds perfect. Let's plan to meet around 8 a.m.
Sounds like a plan. Are we bringing any snacks or just stopping for breakfast on the way?
I think snacks would be a good idea. I'll bring some trail mix and fruit.
I can grab some energy bars and maybe some water bottles.
I'll bring a portable speaker so we can have some tunes while we hike.
Great, we're all set then.
After hiking, we should grab lunch somewhere. I heard there's a cute little cafe near the trailhead.
That sounds perfect. We can refuel after burning all those calories.
I'm already looking forward to it.
So, after lunch, any other plans? Maybe we could check out that new art exhibition downtown?
Oh, I saw that advertised too. It's supposed to be really interesting.
Yeah, I'm up for that. It'll be a nice change of pace after being outdoors.
Count me in. Art sounds like a great way to wind down the day.
All right, so after lunch, we'll head downtown for the exhibition. What time does it start?
I think it opens at noon, so we should have plenty of time.
Perfect. We can take our time hiking, grab lunch, and then head over there.
I can't wait. It sounds like the perfect weekend plan.
Agreed. It's nice to have something fun to look forward to after a busy week.
Definitely. I'm so glad we're doing this.
Me too. It's been a while since we've had a chance to hang out like this.
Well, it's settled then. Saturday morning we hike, have lunch, and then check out the art exhibition.
Sounds like a plan. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. It's going to be a great weekend.
Cheers to that.
Cheers!
Cheers, everyone!
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
In recent years, the debate over the legalization of recreational marijuana has intensified, reflecting shifting societal attitudes and evolving perspectives on drug policy. Proponents argue that legalization can bring substantial economic benefits through taxation, create jobs in the legal cannabis industry, and reduce the strain on law enforcement and the criminal justice system. They point to states like Colorado and California, where legalization has generated millions in tax revenue while undercutting black market operations. Opponents, however, voice concerns about potential health risks, particularly for young people, citing studies linking cannabis use to cognitive impairment and mental health issues. They also worry about impaired driving and the societal impacts of increased accessibility to a psychoactive substance. These arguments are grounded in a cautionary approach, emphasizing the need for thorough research and regulation before widespread legalization. Public opinion has been gradually shifting towards support for legalization, with polls indicating a majority of Americans favoring the move. This trend has been influenced by changing perceptions of marijuana as more states implement medical marijuana programs and decriminalization measures. Advocates for legalization often highlight disparities in enforcement, noting that marijuana laws disproportionately affect communities of color despite similar usage rates among racial groups. The debate extends beyond domestic borders, with countries like Canada and Uruguay already legalizing recreational marijuana nationwide. Their experiences provide valuable case studies for policymakers considering similar measures. International organizations like the World Health Organization continue to assess the public health implications, advocating for evidence-based policies that balance regulatory frameworks with harm reduction strategies. As the discussion evolves, stakeholders from public health experts to law enforcement officials continue to weigh the potential benefits and risks of legalization. The outcome of this debate will shape future drug policies and have far-reaching implications for public health,
criminal justice, and social equity.